Sunday today, and we are just kind of having a lazy morning. I just made coffee. Coffee to me is still very hit or miss. I'm 18 weeks pregnant, which is crazy, almost halfway. Really halfway to like I feel like when you're 36 weeks pregnant is like, okay, this could be happening like soon. So yeah, we're getting to like that halfway mark. We're just gonna take you guys along the day today. I'm like back in my sourdough game. I was like so sourdough for so long, and then we just moved so many times that I stopped. Started making sourdough again. I actually made a loaf. We're going out on the boat today. Logan's building a mud kitchen for Cambry. We're going out on the boat today, and I made a sourdough loaf that was like garlic, like salt and poppy seeds like on the top. I don't know. I was like, let's just try something new, and it turned out so good. So I'm gonna make sandwiches with that today. But I'm gonna attempt to make like a cinnamon swirl sourdough to make French toast tomorrow night for dinner, like breakfast for dinner. So I'm gonna take you guys along that too and see how it goes. But welcome to a new video. Okay, it's like 7 in the morning, and I'm gonna feed my starter. My starter has just been sitting on the counter, and so I've just been like baking with it so much. Normally I would store it in the fridge. I have like 150 grams of starter, and I'm not gonna discard any because I just want to make sure I have enough and like leftover. But 150 grams of starter. Normally I would do like 100 grams. I do like 100 grams of starter, 100 grams of water, 100 grams of flour to feed it. And then I just have like a little scale here. So I always zero it out and then add 100 grams of water. That's 62. 90. This one's always okay, 104. That's like close enough. Okay, now I have my flour. I use one, it's from like Sunrise Mill or something like that. It's like a heritage flour blend. It's just like the minerals in it are like super high, and it's really easy to digest. So then I zero out my scale again, and I'm gonna add 100 grams of starter. 96, 105, so practically the same as my water because that was 104. And then I am just going to stir this together. That's honey. Oh yeah, let's put the lid back on that because that's really sticky. Yikes. Okay, yep, stir this, and I just make sure like all the clumps are out of it. I don't like go too crazy. Okay, so here's my starter. I did put a lid on it, which most of the times I just will like cover it with a rag, because it will like the top will pop, and when I take it off, it like kind of explodes. But yeah, it's fine. Like I said, we're going on the boat, so I'm just gonna leave this, and it'll double in size like while we're boating, and we'll probably be back like around like noon, 1, 2, so it'll be perfect timing for me to start my loaf for tomorrow.
All right, so Morgan mentioned that we got a boat. We just got a brand new Mastercraft NXT 23 boat in this like speckled green paint color, which looks really good in the sun. But this bad boy is so much fun. It's a little messy right now because we were on the boat yesterday and we're gonna be on it today, so we just left stuff out to dry. But this is the interior of it. Couple surfboards. This thing is just a lot of fun. It's hard to beat when you have access to a lake that's very close by. Here's a better view of the color when the sun hits it. It's almost like a Philadelphia Eagles green.
time.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Where are we right now?
On a boat.
We're on the boat. Hello. We are home from the boat. I'm so tired. It's like, what time it is? Like 3? We need to wake Cambry up. But I wanted to get my sourdough started before I woke her up. So as of now, I have 425 grams of not distilled, filtered water in here. And then I zeroed out my scale, and I am going to put 200 grams of bubbly starter. This is what my starter is kind of looking like. It's just like really bubbly, has that like fermented smell. And what I always do as like a check is I will drop just like a little bit of my starter in the water and make sure it's floating. I'm pretty sure I got that from Stephanie Bear. Also, my scale's off, so that's cool. It's just like a float test to like make sure it's ready, and mine's floating, so it's good. So like I said, I'm gonna do 200 grams of my starter. I bet you that's good because I had a little bit in there already. And then I like to mix it with a fork. I just feel like it just mixes better. Whoa, as I'm literally splashing everywhere. Okay, so I mix this up. Now, this is the step that I do out of order. I have my salt in now. Really, you're supposed to add it in, I think after, I don't know. I think after this, or after like your dough is already formed, but I do it now. So zeroed out my scale again, and then I'm gonna add 15 grams of salt, 16, and then we just get this like big Redmond, or not Redmond, Malden sea salt off of Amazon, and it comes in like the big whatever containers because we go through salt so quickly. And then I'll just like give that a stir with my fork. I just think it like incorporates easier than when I add it in when it's already like a dough ball. Okay, and then I have like my big bucket of flour. And I'm doing 650 grams of flour. So I just use a measuring cup. Not to measure it, but just to scoop it because it takes a lot of flour. Like that's 2 cups and I'm not even at 400 grams yet. 540, 620, 634, 657. Close enough. Okay. And then I always remove the scale at this point because otherwise I feel like I'm gonna break it. This is when you'll obviously start incorporating your flour, and I just like to use a fork because in this step it's just gonna be like a shaggy dough ball, and I just think a fork like whoa gives you that consistency. I really should have done this in a bigger bowl, but I just kind of start working my flour into the liquids. And again, this step, like this is more just like incorporating it. It's gonna be super shaggy. That's what you want. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, super sticky, super shaggy. So this is what we're looking like. Again, like I just said, you want it shaggy. And then I am just going to cover it with a cloth and leave it on the counter for like, gosh, between 30 minutes and an hour. And then I will do my first stretch and fold, which I will show you guys. I've been absolutely horrible about recording. I'm on my 4th stretch and fold right now. And you can see like it's really starting to like come together, look more like an actual dough ball. But to stretch and fold, I get my hand wet. At this point, the dough isn't like as sticky, but it's still sticky. And I kind of like I scoop under like this and just up and fold. Scoop under, stretch and fold. Scoop under, stretch, fold. And I just do it like, I kind of think of it as like 4 corners. Stretch and fold. Really turn some lights on. Logan always says that I'm like a vampire because I never have lights on. But this is what it looks like after your stretch and fold. And like at this point, like I have a little bit on my hands, but like it's coming, like it's not as sticky as it was. Interrupt the sourdough making to our daughter. Logie, scoot over. Just so you know, she's butt naked too. You can't tell, but what are you doing?
I am here.
Okay, this is where we attempt the cinnamon swirl part. Now, I've never done this before, so I watched some TikTok videos, so we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna move the camera down so you guys can see. First, I'm gonna flour just this surface area pretty well, just to make sure it doesn't stick. And then I'm gonna take my loaf. One thing I have noticed about this flour is it definitely is a little bit stickier. Step 1, I'm kind of pushing it into like a rectangle. My thought process, and from the videos I saw, is it's kind of like when you're making cinnamon rolls. Okay, now I'm taking coconut sugar instead of brown sugar because it's all I have. I don't have brown sugar. And I'm sprinkling it. And the videos that I saw said to try to like keep it away from the edges so it doesn't like, Justin, you can come be in my video if you want. My parents are here. So it doesn't like ooze out the side.
What is that?
Next, I'm going to put a lot of cinnamon in it.
She's making a cinnamon swirl sourdough.
I'm just going to coat everything at the bottom of this. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit more sea salt. This was Logan's recommendation.
Why?
Just to make it like sweet and salty, you know? I don't know if it's gonna be, well, good, but we'll see. Okay, now, everything I saw said you roll it towards the center. I literally feel like I'm making cinnamon rolls right now. Okay. Now, some of them put it on top here too, but that kind of makes me nervous. I might just sprinkle like a tiny bit. Just a little. Okay, now I'm gonna use my little like bread tool and just like kind of scrape the excess away. Now I'm gonna to roll this. Okay, and then I'm shaping my dough balls still. Fold that over some. This is the final product. I don't know, I didn't want to keep working the dough because I didn't want the cinnamon and sugar to start oozing out, so there's definitely some lines, but we're gonna hope for the best. This is going in the fridge overnight. Good morning. It's the next day. It's Monday. I think it's like 6 a.m. Everyone else is still sleeping, but I'm awake. And I just took my sourdough out of the fridge, and I feel like it did amazing. I had seen a lot of like videos on TikTok where like I used coconut sugar, I didn't use brown sugar, but like started oozing out of it and made it like really sticky. I haven't seen the bottom of mine, but like I don't see any oozing happening. So I just preheated my oven to 500 degrees, and I have my Dutch oven in there preheating as well. So I'm gonna take that out, and then I think that I might like dust the top with some coconut sugar and cinnamon. My only fear is it's gonna burn, but because you bake it with the lid on for like most of the time, I'm also like, I think it would be fine. I don't know, this could be a huge mistake, but I'm like, I feel like it'd be fun to have some on top. We'll see. This is the final product. I did put a little bit on top. I'm hoping that I don't regret it. It honestly just looks like a giant cinnamon roll. Like you can kind of see right there, it's like oozing out some. So yeah, we will see. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 30 minutes, and then I'll bake it with the lid off for like 5 to 10 minutes, just depending. I just really have to watch the top because it'll burn. Hopefully it turns out good. Okay, you're recording. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Blow me a kiss. Guys, it's done. I forgot to put like the classic like cut through the middle. So that was my one mistake. But I feel like it turned out pretty dang good. I'm gonna let it cool for a couple hours and then cut into it. And then we'll see the swirls. But for my first time, I'm very pleased.